Scarpins Avenue.
Okay, Rachel, thanks for being the co-host of the show today.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to ask you a trivia question as a co-host. And you remember we've asked you a couple of trivia questions, which are simple geek trivia. I mean, like very low-level geek trivia. And yeah, I understand that you did not know those. So I'm just going to ask you a trivia question that is very, very, very simple. Okay?
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. What was the name of the person who shot Abraham Lincoln?
John Wilkes Booth.
Oh my God, you got it.
Did you think I would get that wrong?
Yes. Yes, I did.
What would make you think that?
Because you get a lot of stuff, a lot of like really normal stuff you just don't know. Remember that time you didn't know how to duplicate keys?
I do remember that.
Me too.
But I feel like John Wilkes Booth, very straightforward. How could you not know that?
Okay, fine. All right.
Okay.
Great.
Everybody check us out at 6 Unseemly on all social media at unseemlyquestions.com. Welcome to 6 Unseemly Questions. I'm your host, Victor Varnado. This is my sidekick, Rachel Teichman. We have a great contestant on the show today. Everybody put your hands together for Brett VerVoort. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hello. Thank you for being here.
Yes, as here as I can be.
You're wonderful for being here so far. I can't wait. We've also got some wonderful guests in our studio audience. Please put your hands together for Eagle Wit and Gianmarco Ceresi. Brett, welcome to the show. I'm going to tell you how the show works, and we're going to get started. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to ask you 6 unseemly questions. At the end of each question, I'll ring a bell if I like your answer like this. However, if I do not like your answer, I'll not ring a bell, and I'll tell you why. Regardless of how many bells you get at the end of the show, I will decide whether or not it's worth giving you $5 whole. Do you understand the rules?
I understand the terms, yeah.
All right. Then let's get started with question number 1. Question number 1. What is a quality board game?
Ooh. I love Risk, although you have to have like 4 hours to play it. But it's a great game because it's just a long play strategy game.
And you like Risk, and do you win or lose when you play Risk?
I lose pretty bad.
Do you like to capture Madagascar?
Oh, like, yeah, take over a whole island?
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, fight from a defensive position. Makes sense.
And then when you lose at Risk, do you suggest the games to then go ahead and lose it? Are you like, hey, let's play Risk, and then you go ahead and lose Risk?
Oh, yeah. Well,
why?
Well, because no one ever wants to play Risk. Not really. I think that's the biggest risk of Risk, is that anyone besides me has a fun time.
I love Risk.
People want to get to a new game. People want to get to Hot Shot Monopoly so they can just like throw people in jail or whatever and foreclose on homes.
All right. You know what? I'm going to say no bell, mostly just because I hate Risk.
Right?
So no bell. I do. I hate Risk. I hate it. It does take forever. Like by the time when you have to add like the extra dice, I'm just like, please, let's just let this be over. Please take I just like throw my men in the ocean. Like I don't care. Like I hate Risk.
Yeah, but everybody has time to watch a 3-hour Batman film. No one's got time.
Whoa! Why you gotta jump on Batman? What is that about?
I'm just saying it's a quarter of your day.
I saw a quarter of your day. That is 12 hours. But I saw Batman and the new Batman, and I did enjoy it. However, I also did think it was too long, and I also think that both Batman and Commissioner Gordon whispered too much to each other.
That feels like a very old man critique. Like, I don't like all this whispering they're doing in this noir. It's noir.
It is not. I mean, yes, it is noir, but some people talk like normal people, but Batman and Commissioner Gordon whispered. You know, like how people have that intense form of acting where they're like whisper acting. They're like, I can't believe it. where's my wife? Like that kind of acting.
Yeah.
And so, but when they were doing it together in a scene, it was just so weird that because usually only the main actor does that. Like in most movies, like when that happened, like if you watch an old Harrison Ford movie, he's the only one who's like, get off my plane. Like he's the only dude who does that. Nobody else talks like that. But this time, both Batman and Commissioner Gordon were talking like that.
Isn't that just how Batman talks?
Yes, but why did Commissioner Gordon also choose to talk like Batman? It was just weird. You know what? I think it's weird that you first attacked the movie and now you're defending it, Brett.
Oh, what can I say? I like to play the field.
I don't think you're taking this seriously.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this 6 very serious questions?
No, it's 6 unseemly questions, which is a very serious word.
Yes.
You know what? No bell on the board game question. No bell.
All right.
It is time for question number 2, however. But before we do that, can you tell people out there what you do?
I am a stand-up comic out of Austin, Texas.
Stand-up comic out of Austin, Texas. Do you obviously you must frequent the Creek in the Cave?
Oh yeah, I'm there all the time. Love the Paramount. Love Cap City once the new location opens back up. Austin's great.
Yeah, Austin's pretty cool. I was there I think like 3 months ago, something like that. I don't remember when was that trip to Austin, Rachel?
It was something like that.
Thank you for helping me clarify. All right, it is time for question number 2. Question number 2. I wrote this this riddle, and hopefully you can answer the riddle.
Okay, Gollum.
What?
He asked riddles.
Was Gollum big on riddles? Did he do the riddles?
He did the riddles in the cave. That's how Frodo got the ring.
All right, here it is. Here's my riddle.
Okay.
Why don't melons get married?
Ooh,
why don't melons get married?
Because they can't elope.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow.
That was great. Because they can't elope.
Hey.
I'm
Victor,
so happy you got
like
that.
You didn't know the answer to that riddle. I can't believe it.
Because she said it, it made me happy. That's all. It was awesome. I was like, cantaloupe. It's so stupid, but funny.
It feels like it would be on like a Laffy Taffy wrapper, and I'd be like, ugh, banana?
That reminds me of a really funny answer somebody had to a very similar question, where I asked someone how many bananas could they eat, and they answered a bunch, which was hilarious. All right, but you did get a bell on that question. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's time for question number 3, Rachel. Question number 3.
What? Oh, yeah, you're right.
You highlighted the wrong question.
I got.
Rachel highlights the questions as we're doing it. And so remember last time when I said the wrong thing, I was just getting her back because I messed up last time, but I'm letting everybody know she messed up this time.
You're
guys.
creating more work for me right now.
Yes, she's got to edit all that out. Great. All right, it's time for question number 3. Question number 3. Could you defeat Dracula? And if so, how?
Yes, I think I could defeat Dracula.
That's a bold saying because we're talking about Dracula.
I know. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to go a different approach. I know people have done garlic in the past. You know, people have, tried fire and stuff like that. I think I'm going to cyberbully him over a period of years to where he goes pretty remote for a while and then eventually just decides to end it all. I will cyberbully him. You
think you could talk Dracula into committing suicide?
I think so. I think he's lived a long life. He's got probably a lot of things.
I feel like you're not taking the show very seriously.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I mean, what I want you to say is, if you think you could defeat Dracula, then tell me how you could do it, and then I want it to make sense.
I don't know. Well, I don't know why he has to transform women. Can't just be alone. Be alone, dude.
Does he transform women? What?
Yeah, all of his Dracula brides.
I mean, yes,
All
he does have
those.
there are the three brides of
And
Dracula.
then he goes and
You mean
gets
transform
Mina.
them into vampires?
He transformed them into vampires, and then he transformed the main guy's fiance too, Mina, into a vampire as well.
Are
you're
you
talking
Team Edward?
I'm talking the Dracula book.
Yeah, she's talking classic Dracula.
Classic Dracula, not the sparkly vampires. The OG Transylvania ship dwelling evil vampires.
Well, I mean, I feel like still you haven't given me enough information about how you would actually defeat Dracula. I mean, yes, you're right. Dracula was obviously a misogynist, but still, you haven't given me a plan for defeating Dracula. So I'm going to say no, Bell.
All right, that's fair.
All right, let's move on. As long as we're in agreement about that, no, Bell. Here's question number 4. Question number 4: was growing up fun?
Oh no, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. I think it was just like one of those like weirdly self-aware kids, or like that tried to be too adult as a child. So, because like when you're a child, you shouldn't care about, like you shouldn't have worries, like adult worries. And I feel like most of my childhood was just adult worries. And now I'm an adult. I was just like, man, I just wish I did more little kid shit.
Why did you have adult worries as a child?
I think it was probably just because I was like left alone a lot of the time, because my parents were divorced and stuff. So I just had a lot of time to myself, wandering the streets.
I was also kind of latchkey here and there. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it was a different time when I was growing up. It was the Flintstones era, and kids could just run free everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Go ahead, Rachel.
Oh, I was just asking Victor if his car was a rock.
Great joke, Rachel. That was wonderful. And also good reference, referencing the Flintstones. Great stuff. No, it wasn't.
No, but I grew up right like as that transition from like kids not having cell phones to kids having cell phones. So like 90s. So I was probably like the last brood of kids that like would just, your parents would just send you out for the day and then just like call us on the house phone when you get there. But between points A and B, like your parents didn't know what you were up to. I would like go into strangers' homes. I once visited a nearby neighbor who was a birthday clown. Her name was Honeydew the Clown, and she had a miniature animal zoo at her house, and all the kids would hang there. But I don't think our parents even knew that. Wild times.
That's that our block was very much like that too, where just kids would run around, and there was like a place where there was a dog who lived next door, and it was a place where we ran, and sometimes the dog would be able to reach kids and bite the kids, but the kids would always go that way because it was much faster, and we would just like run through, and our parents didn't know that either.
Yeah, it was just like 6 of you, all roughly the same age.
Yeah,
and like no definitive leader, just chaos.
Yeah, it was all Stand By Me. All right, I'm gonna give you a bell for that.
Oh hell yeah!
There you go. Because it was a great discussion. It's time for question number 5. Question number 5, Brett.
Yes.
Can you catch things in your mouth thrown from far away?
No, not at all.
You're not? You can't do that? Not one of those people?
No, I have really terrible vision. Like, every time I go to the optometrist, they bully me. Like,
oh no!
They're like, do you read by candlelight? I'm like, no, just really bad astigmatisms and depth perception.
Me too, though. Actually, I was born with that. I'm actually legally blind.
Oh, brag!
Yeah, I know, right? What's up, ladies? Come get this legally blind
DD. To me. No, I'm also one of those people, like, the person like who you throw it to and then they blink before the ball's even like coming to them, just they're bracing. Yeah, that's exactly me. I like closing my eyes before impact. So definitely just missing everything you throw.
I get it. All right, I'm gonna say Bell on that because I feel you for all that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. Now it is time for question number 6. Question number 6. What's the last book you recommended?
Ooh, there was this book that was about like the British hooligans, like the British like football gangs or like people who like support football teams in the UK. But it was written by a reporter, and it's really cool because he gets ingratiated in these communities and just the mayhem these people get up to, like after a football game, just like riots in the street, like the Philadelphia Eagles fans, you know, like whether it's a victory or whether they lose, they still like destroy public property. So it's a just pretty interesting read because it's just like this outsider perspective on these super football fans in the UK, and it's just cool.
And what was the name of that book?
Oh, it's been so long now. I'd have to look it up. But I think they made it into a movie as well.
Are you talking about Green Street Hooligans?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that might be it. Or maybe, I don't know.
No, I mean, it could be. That sounds like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Green Street Hooligans, no?
I think
You still have no idea.
I still have no idea, and I refuse to learn.
Okay, well, no bell, I guess, because, I mean, if you can't even name the book you recommended, I mean, what are we doing? What are we even doing? That's going to be the show slogan. What are we even doing? What's even happening here? Eagle, you look very comfy.
I'm extremely comfy. I'm like, this is the most comfy I've ever been doing any podcast.
I don't know.
I'd love to hear it.
I was like, Gianmarco looks like he has his like feet up like he's at a slumber party.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Twiddling his little legs behind him.
Brett, you've answered all 6 questions.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But now it is time to decide whether or not you get $5. But before we do that, can you tell people out there where to find you?
You can find me on Instagram at BVV Comedy. I also have a difficult last name to spell, but BVV Comedy is where you can find me.
BVV Comedy.
BDV.
BVV.
BVV. 2 V's, correct?
2 V's.
Right. What were you talking about, Rachel?
Nothing.
You're a wonderful co-host.
Thank you.
All right. Brett, we're going to decide whether or not you get $5. We're going to canvass the room as we always do. We're starting with you, Eagle. What do you think? Should Brett get $5 for her appearance on the show?
I think you should give Brett $5. Because we should all get $5.
Yeah. Solidarity.
All right. Team, we should all get $5. All right. Gianmarco, what do you think? Should Brett get $5 for her appearance on the show?
Well, let me say, this is the 3rd episode of this show I've now been a part of, and I don't think that you take our recommendations seriously at all. And,
you are absolutely right.
And I was going to say Brett clearly needs the money of the most of us, given that she doesn't have a working camera. But because I think it works the opposite, I'm going to say don't give it to her. Don't give it to her because $5 is not enough for a new camera anyway. She needs to stop doing podcasts for free and figure out a way to make some money. So I'm going to say no.
All right. That is a big no from Gianmarco. Convoluted no. All right, Rachel, what do you think? Should Brett get $5 for her appearance on the show?
I'm going to say yes because she really likes Risk and I really like Risk. And I feel like we had a connection going there.
A Risk connection. Did you feel it too, Brett?
Yeah, I was like, wow, I'm ready to risk it all for Rachel during this podcast.
All right. That was my fault. I asked. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Brett, you're the last person that we're going to ask. What do you think? Should you get $5 for your appearance on the show?
I think I should get $15, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, please.
One, I'm a woman, and I've been paid less for a long time. I deserve a little bit extra more. All right. And then I think I would be wiser with my $15 than you in your ivory tower. I think I'd be giving out fives, left and right.
But Brett, you're white, right?
So they tell me.
Oh, I'm black, so checkmate. So no $5 for you.
That's true.
No $5 for you, but great guest. You're a great guest on the show. You're fantastic, and thank you for doing the show. We just have to wrap it up. We got to find out from Rachel. What did you learn from this week's show?
I learned that you can cyberbully Dracula.
But you know what? I'm not even going to go into it. Everybody, check us out at Six Unseemly on all social media and unseemlyquestions.com.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.